BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So today this is the first 15-minute of experience podcast of Berlin Explorer. In this case, Berlin Explorer is going to have this evolution and being BX, because what we want to focus about is the experience we have in photography, and not only that is about photography. And today I'm with Jagoda Cierniak, and she take picture since 5 years or more, and in the same time she work as an urban artist in creating a street art project, and she has a duo collective called Mods. But I want to give the microphone to her, and she can tell us more about what she do, and then we can talk about this experience she had in one of her pictures.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for what you are doing for all your project. It's really beautiful, and I feel really honored to be invited. I'm really, really happy. Um, and yes, I'm very happy that we can talk about the photography, because actually I realized before we started to talk that I take photos. I talk about many moments that I'm photographing, but I think I never talk so much about all my approach to photography, and how it's a part of how it became a part of my life, and how all those things around are getting part of not only that are getting part of my creative life. So I'm very happy to participate and to talk with you.
So tell me a bit about what you think is you come from in photography, and what do you mean to use photography as a tool of define your life?
I don't know. Actually, I have very intuitive approach to photography. I am. I feel that the photos that they just come. That when I look, I realize that I have this 50 millimeters lens all the time, and that the captures they just appear. And photography for me it's very something spontaneous. Of course, I have organized projects that they happen, but the photos that I'm the most happy of, that they come from the second, from the moment, from what I see. I think I'm not very good at huge arrangements of the photography. Like, this is not so much my thing. I'm impatient, so I like when the things they just pop out. So even the project, like the biggest project I in photography that I make, and it was with duo with Diogo, that we have this street art duo mods that I'm a part of it. That it was photography urban project in Berlin that we did, and I was taking photos of the people living in Berlin, of the Berliners, and we were asking them about the objects that they feel any kind of attachment to. So this was the only long term project that I really completed, because I think I struggle a little bit with long-term stuff. I'm really impatient to capture something which is now, and there are new things happening. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I see this corner. I need to take a photo, But then I see some other light, and it sometimes, maybe for someone from the outside has nothing to do, but for me there's a lot of this kind of sensibility that I'm catching, and it's very like, sometimes I think maybe chaotic. But yeah, but this is my approach to the daily photography. But with the long-term photography, maybe I finish about this objective project that I was saying, that we were photographing photos of the Berliners, the people that they visited Berlin, and they were sharing the objects with us. I was taking the photos with my old camera, with Zorki 4. It's a Soviet copy of Leica. And I got this camera from my grandpa. And I also was taking with digital, because also I couldn't decide, because also I was impatient for the analog photography, so just in case I had two cameras, because I didn't know, because I cannot plan so much. So yeah, we were taking photos, and then from the objects that we collected from people that I met in Berlin, that the people that they shared with us, we created a mural. So some of those objects, they appeared in Spandau on the wall, and Diogo painted some canvas from the objects of the people. But also, I think that the project, even it had a form, it was very spontaneous. So yeah, so this is what how more or less chaotic way of my working, but organized chaos, I would say.
Can I ask you, there is a particular moment of this project that touched you more than others, or yeah, something you remember that touched you particularly?
Yes, actually, this project, I didn't expect to be so emotional. When we created when we were working on this idea, I didn't expect it would touch me so much. Like I knew that there are the personal things, that you meet a person and you don't know the person at all, or just a little bit, and the person brings you the object, uh, and immediately you start the intimate conversation, because the object has a lot of this emotional weight, has this. So it was that I could expect that it would bring the lot of feelings, but yeah, some of the meetings I had, they were very touching. Like, I think the most touching moment was for me the photo of Reda. It's a woman from Syria that she lives for some years in Berlin, and I was supposed to meet with her daughter. As she speaks Arabic, the daughter was supposed to help me with translation. And when I was going on the meeting, I didn't know what the object she will share with me. So so on the way, the daughter called me and she said, "I'm sorry, I will not be there. I cannot be there. And if you would need translation, just call me." I said, "Okay, we will manage somehow, but just please tell me what kind of object your mom she prepared, what she wants to share, just for me to be prepared." And the object she shared, it was a sock of her son that got lost in Syria. So when I came there, I knew just a little bit of the context of the object, but I didn't know the full story, and I was not also able to fully to talk about this. Just then, with time, I could talk with the daughter and and the friend that told the story. But it was the most touching moment, because we tried to communicate with my 5 words in German that I know, and her 20 words in German. And we spent a wonderful time of having coffee. I had to eat all the fruits that she gave me. It was like super cute. And after taking photos of her, she visited us during the open studio we had in Urban Nation residency where we worked. And she came then to Spandau to when we were painting the mural, which was super touching because it was like for me and for her it was like really far away, to take this journey to visit, and it was a horrible weather. And on top of that, another day, like few days after, we are because of Corona, we had a open studio for some days. We couldn't collect all the people in the same time. She calls me and she says, I'm downstairs, I'm downstairs." Like this is what I understood from German. And I go down, and she came with the huge bag of Syrian vegan food that she cooked for us, which is just from out of nowhere. She just brought of food, and she was super happy to participate in our project and to share the story. And yeah, that the sock, because the sock we also printed on the mural, that it was important for us. And so yeah, so this was just one of the stories that I could talk, but this was one of the most touching moments for me in this project, definitely.
Yeah, that's nice that you are sharing with us that. And I want to ask you last question, because then our time will go to finish of this 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. We will have other appointment. I hope that we can share different stories. And are you now in Poland or still in Germany?
I'm in Poland, but on Friday I'm coming back to Berlin. Like coming back, like we are going to move to Berlin
Okay,
because I was living there for a bit, and then was a break, and now
that's
I'm
nice.
back.
So we will have also probably a way to get in touch in person and to have a coffee. And
That would be awesome.
what do you think actually is missed in the photography experience?
What do you mean? What
I mean,
I didn't
yeah,
understand.
in the world of photography, that you think what is the actually
I
photography?
I miss a little bit like I think sensibility and getting out from the Instagram narration. I see a lot of things repeating. Maybe it's good to practice and repeat some frames, some captures, but I feel more. I miss some social touch and not to and I miss that you take a photo not thinking about the tool where it's exposed, because I see that a lot of photos are taken to fit the narration, for example, of Instagram or internet. I miss this more rough, out of box approach to the photography.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean.
I totally understand. I mean, I'm a photographer. As an editor and photographer, I always work most of the time with intuition and impulse, self-conscious, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think a lot about. I mean, many people ask me what I think during I take a picture, but I don't think usually. I just approach to what I have in front of me. It's just
Mm-hmm.
matter of empathy and empathy. It's just the moment I have in front of me, and I learned that when I started to understand that the the word was there in front of me, and I didn't have to think about how to compose or how to shoot the picture,
Mm-hmm.
lens use, blah blah blah. That's what I advise you I advise now most of the time. So everyone is just to, yeah, you can shoot with everything. You can take just a toy camera, you can take your phone, shoot. I mean, it's just a moment. And yeah, sometimes in the lesson I do it as a teacher, and yeah, I teach this course from BerlinExplorer. is
Mm-hmm.
called Inside. That is a long course. It's a master class and has no limit of the time. So what I wanted to do it was like an open class. It's always open to for everyone and has no time deadline, because some people need 10 years and some people need 5 months. Depends what is your level of experience in your life, what you really touched or you didn't touch, and there is always something to explore. And
Mm-hmm.
example usually I do it is like, it's like when it's shooting picture is like, this is funny, it's like when you
Mm-hmm.
have to shit. It's like when you have,
Mm-hmm.
you can grab,
Exactly.
you can think about where to shit, but in the end, if you have really to shit, probably or your trouser. And this is the point. You can
That's
you
true.
can hold, but it's like to when you want to kiss someone. If you don't kiss, yeah, maybe probably you can have a second occasion, but how many times that happen in your life? I mean, how many times
Mm-hmm.
we have a second chance to doing something? So it's as not to be an action of thinking. Yeah, there is photography where you think about what you have to compose and in which way,
Yes.
but most of the time also this is really a process of experience, and most of the time this experience come from many other times you didn't do it what you wanted to do it, and then you start to understand in which position you have to put yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you a lot for this small conversation. I hope to do,
Thank you so
as
much.
I said,
And I really like the sheet comparison.
many other little conversation with you that we can enjoy together. And yeah, for sure, I hope to see you in Berlin. And if someone want to watch the picture of Jagoda, can go on Instagram and searching Jagoda. And anyway, I will put link inside of the podcast so that you can see also the mods project, and on Instagram is umods. So thank you a lot, and
Thank you.
have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything and see you in Berlin.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer project.